when you're trying to be cute, okay? Be careful when you're trying to be cute. What it is, y'all, it's your girl Nani, and I am back with another video, period. Her. I am coming back with the get back, and I'm coming to shake things up. Yes, this did happen. This happened. You live and you learn, and that's why I'm telling y'all this story. Ladies, even men, be cautious of your surroundings, because it just, some things just be happening. You just need to be careful when you're trying to be cute, okay? Be careful when you're trying to be cute. I'm coming back with a story time. It's not that, you know, it's not a long story at all. It's just annoying. Before this video ends, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Tell your friends, tell your friends' friends, those friends, tell your cousins, and your cousins' cousins, your sisters' sisters, and your daddy's daddies, and your mama's mamas, okay? And support your girl. So, without further ado, let's just get right into this video, because this story time is gonna be a crazy one. First things first, I was fooling with this dude, just talking to him. We're gonna call him Roger. Let me just tell y'all the backstory on me and Roger. So me and Roger, I met Roger when I was young, like 14, 13, 12, I don't know. His cousins just lived next door to my cousins. He never really came over his cousin's house like that, but one time he did, and I was there at my cousin's house, and I came outside and I seen him, and you know, also on social media, like, you know, where I live is very small, so you kind of know everybody, or you know of people, and I knew of him. So nothing bad, just, you know, I just knew of him, like, you know. Fast forward to when all this shit went down. So me and him was talking for like a year on and off, roughly. I think how we started talking was, he used to like my pictures, like, you know, in a row, baby, you know, letting them know. Now you gotta come a little better than that. But back then, you know, when you get a dude that like a lot of your posts at once, he's trying to slide. He's trying to tap in, baby. He was liking my pictures, so I started liking his, you know. I'm like, oh, he didn't glue up, like, okay. Then I think he slid in my DM eventually, but this was like on and off. Like, this was like, mind you, this like liking pictures was like back and forth for a while, and then eventually I think he just built up the courage to just DM me. And I think we like share a couple like DMs, like where he'll like my story or whatever, like, you know how that go. So he slid in my DMs, I believe. I think that's how this went. I done met so many people through my DMs, if I'm being honest. I don't know why. So he slid in my DMs. We just gonna say that, because 9 times out of 10 that's what happened. From there we just started talking, and from there we went to text. Then from text we went to seeing each other, you know. Y'all, we never went on dates. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't know what's up with dudes, but it's only getting worse out here. It's a cold world, baby. Dudes do not believe in dates no more. But nonetheless, he was a sweetheart. Like, he was cool. He was probably one of the best communicators I've ever had. Like, he used to send me paragraphs, okay? Like, I feel like every girl likes that. Like, let me know something, you know, so I don't be all over my head. I'm an overthinker to begin with, but like, for the most part, he used to give me clarity. Like, I'm still fucking with you, I'm just, you know, it's just not the right time right now. So, you know, you can do nothing but respect that. But like, yes, he was one of the best communicators, so shout out to you, dude. Shout out to you, Roger. He was most definitely top 5 best communicators I've ever had when dealing with someone. From texting, we started seeing each other. He had a apartment, so you know, he used to invite me over. He invited me over a couple times. It was like, I can count on one hand how many times I've been over to his house. I'm not really a big go to the house type person. Like, I'll link up with you, but can we link up? That's like a place. I'll link up with you if I like you. I'm not even gonna lie, like, I can't cap. I'll link up with you at your house if I really like you. And at the time, I really liked him. He was doing something right. Invited me over a couple times, you know, casual shit. Never like, we wasn't even on that. Like, we really was just trying to get to know each other. So on a like, you know, on a deeper level. And it was dope. Like, I really fucks with him. Like, I still fuck with him to this day. Like, we don't talk no more like that, but you know, we still like each other pictures and stuff like that. Things happen, life happens. It wasn't like no hard feelings or nothing. Like, we didn't stop talking like on no beefing. Well, it wasn't no beef, but like, it was some shady shit that I didn't like, and I just cut that off. This was like the second time he had invited me to his house. You know, I'm like, okay, you know, I'll come over. So we were texting, he invited me over. I pulled up and I was sitting in the car for a little while, maybe like 10 minutes, and I was texting him. I texted him, like, telling him I'm outside. He had came outside and stood at the top of the steps. Now, before y'all get started, yes, he normally did. Like, for me, I like when somebody come to the car. And he used to do that. Like, no cap, I don't care what nobody say. You're gonna come to this car. You invited me over. You better come to this car and you better walk me to your door. Okay? Okay. And he did that up until to this day. But that's honestly because he had somebody in the house. He had like 2 other people in the house. He had people at his house. So I get it. You being a host, you're not about to leave nobody. I don't care if it's family or not, you're not about to leave nobody in your house. So not even for a split second. So he stood at the top of the steps where he can like still see the inside of his house and, you know, see me. I had got out the car and I swear I closed this door, and I'm saying this because it's valuable. This is like all this is significant in the story. So I get out the car, I close the door, I'm walking up the steps. Mid me walking up the steps, I swear I turned around and like locked my door. Like, I was like, I did one of those, like a chirp chirp. I could have sworn I locked the door, but it's possible I didn't, because I do that a lot. Like, I think I did something, or like I be reminding myself. I be reminding myself like, oh, you do that, and then think I did it, but I didn't. I don't know. I know people be doing that, so don't even judge me, because I know y'all be doing that. It happens. So maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but I could have sworn I did. Anyways, I went upstairs, so we get up to the top of the steps. You know, I walk in the door and I see 2 people who are in my grade class. Like, I graduated with them eventually, because I graduated. Yes, like, bruh, I graduated with them. Like, I literally graduated with them not even a year ago from that day, and because I graduated in 2018. And this was 2019. So this was like probably a year, not even that, like getting close to a year, maybe possibly a couple months after I graduated, where I was fooling with Roger. And I see these 2 dudes. One was his cousin, which I knew that. We all knew that. Like, the one was his cousin, and he graduated with me. And then the other one was just, I guess, just a friend, you know, that they hung out with. And he also graduated with me, and I knew both of them. Like, we was all cool. Like, you know, we all know each other, because where I live is so small, y'all. It's so small where I live. So everybody know everybody, or know of everybody, you know, or know somebody through somebody. Like, it's just that small here. So I went in there, we all looking at each other like, I walk in like, bruh. In my head, I'm like, damn, they looking at me, I'm looking at them. In my head, I'm like, you in my business? Don't do that at all. Don't do that. Like, mind your business. Like, because didn't nobody know me and him messed around. And I don't like one thing about me, I don't like people knowing who I talk to. Like, if it's somebody close to me, you know, the only reason you would know about somebody I talk to is if I had confided in you about something. Or honestly, back then, now I just don't care, but like back then, if I needed to figure out some shit, you know, I was willing to blow the whole relationship up to find out some shit if you was on some, if I felt, cause I be, look, if I confided in you about somebody, that's the only way you would know. Like, if I needed advice or something. But other than that, like, nah, I don't really like, I like my privacy. I really do. Like, I don't like to, I'm very transparent. I don't mind telling the truth. I'm an open book. But at the same time, I'm very private, very mysterious. Like, I don't like people knowing who I date. I've never been that type. Like, I just don't like that. Like, because people really be attacking your relationship and your bond. They be wishing harm on y'all shit. So I'd rather not. I feel like we have that mutual understanding. I mean, he probably wanted that for his own reasons, but I wanted it for my own reasons, and that's all that really mattered. So we were cool with that. 9 times out of 10, you know, dudes be cool with that. Some dudes kind of be a little upset that, you know, I said it first. When it comes to my relationships, I feel like that's very sacred. Our bond is sacred to me. So I need it to be as authentic and pure as possible. I see them, you know, I'm like, okay, I see they drinking Henny or whatever. So I'm like, oh, he lit. Oh, he off that hen dog. Okay. Well, I heard that hen dog do something to you. Them two dudes, they was playing the game, and I ended up going in the room because I'm like, you know, at this point, I'm like, okay, my cover's blown. I'm annoyed a little bit, but I drove out of way. So he was like, you know, you can go in the room or whatever. I'm like, yeah. Like, I was gonna do that anyways. This ain't a motherfucking party. I came in for you. He stayed out there for like 5 minutes while I was in his room. You know, I put myself down, put my keys, my purse and stuff on his nightstand. Actually came in like 5 minutes later. He turned on a movie. You know, we was on some chill shit. As we're watching the movie, you know, his friends are still out there. Well, our friends, like our mutual friends and his cousin, you know, just my mutual friends, one of them his cousin, you know, yeah, okay, mutual friends, period. Our mutual friends were still out there, you know, playing a game. Eventually we fell asleep to the movie. Now, this is where things get a little tricky. Fast forward, I wake up, right, y'all? I wake up and it's like 1 or 2 in the morning, and yeah, I thought I was grown. You know, I woke him up because we were sleeping like babies, okay? Because one thing about it, that bed he had was like, sometimes other people's bed be better than yours. Like, not even gonna lie, like, his bed felt so comfortable that night. I'm not even gonna cap to you. But one thing about me, I'ma go home. I don't care if it's 7 in the morning. I'ma go home, cause who's spending the night? I'ma go home. I'ma have that alarm set to leave, to at least wake up by a certain time. I don't care. I just need a little nap before I go home. He, you know, got dressed to walk me outside. So we walking outside or whatever. You know, we groggy, we still tired a little bit. You know, I'm like, dang, we done overslept. I wasn't supposed to stay this long. Like, a motherfucker tired. Like, we both just tired. So we walking down the steps. The closer I get to my car, I'm like, I like say under my breath, like, my car door open. He was like, huh? So we're still walking towards the, I'm like, my car door is open. Like, cause when I said it the first time under my breath, I was just like I just couldn't, like, it didn't click, like, your door is open. I just realized, like, oh, your door open. But as I got closer, I was like, no, your door really fucking open. Like, what the fuck? Did you leave your door open? I asked him, I'm like, did you see me? Did I leave my door open? And he was like, I don't know. Like, he wasn't paying attention to that, which I can't blame him for that. Like, you know, that's like the last thing he probably worried about. I'm getting closer to my car. The door's open. I'm like, okay. The door's cracked open. I'm like, okay. So I start to, like, actually look inside of my car. And then I open my door and I'm like, I look inside my car through the window. Mind you, I had tint. So I'm like, why does it look like shit is all in my passenger seat and all over my car? Like, look, I know, like, my car was not my car was like my car was clean. Like, what happened? So I opened the door and the light finally comes on in the car, and I'm like, bro, it just clicked. Like, somebody ran through my shit. Somebody really ran through my shit. Oh my God, somebody really ran through my shit. Like, I was so mad. And mind you, let's backtrack. My crazy tail self left my purse in the car because I'm like, I'm not even gonna be here for that long. And on top of that, I just didn't feel like taking my purse. So I lied earlier when I said I put my purse on the nightstand. I put my keys on the nightstand, but I left my purse in the car because this is how this all happened. I left my car and I put it under the passenger seat where nobody could see, but this was a glitter purse. So I'm sure somebody probably just seen the glitter. But then again, I'm sure somebody just seen me get out the car. And they was just like, you know, she looked put together, you know. And it was nighttime too, so like I couldn't see nothing. So if anybody was looking at me, I didn't see them. Everything is just a mess in my car. Like, it was rummaged through. It clicked in my head like, bro, my fucking purse. I went to the back seat and, like, looked under my seat. My purse is gone. Like, the whole purse is gone. When I tell y'all, I was so sick to the stomach because one thing about it, earlier that day I was handling business and I had my social, my birth certificate, and my ID.
Damn, double homicide.
Bitch.
A triple threat, bruh. They got me. They got everything they needed to take my whole identity. And I'm just, all I could think was, bro, Nani, what the fuck? Like, how you do that? Like, why would you do that? Like, you don't ever leave your purse in your car. But that's the thing, when you start doing unusual stuff, you start doing stuff out of the ordinary, bad shit happens. And that is just a proven fact. Y'all, at this point, I'm panicking. Roger is next to me, like, damn. Like, he didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say. Like, I'm like, this is embarrassing. Like, one thing about it, this is embarrassing. Like, I'm like, when it, like, you know, I'm like, when did, what's it called, woo leave? Like, you know, because I know one of them used to be on that shicey shit, you know, one of the little friends, they not his cousin, but one of them used to be like on some, like, I don't know, just from what I used to hear and see or whatever, he used to be on some hot shit. So I'm like, you know, but we were cool. So that's why I'm like, nah, but you just never know people's intentions. So, you know, I'm like, I'm just conflicted. Like, so it's either between somebody seeing me get out my car or y'all finesse me. My keys were in the same place they were. Like, that's the only way he would have gotten in my car, is if. And one thing about me, I pay attention to how I set things, the angle and stuff like that. And I know when my shit has been moved. So my keys weren't moved at all, and I would have heard it. Because one thing about me, if I fall asleep at somebody's house, I'm not gonna sleep deep sleep at all. My body just won't allow me to deep sleep. Now he just like, damn, you know, I'm sorry, like this happened to you. Like, I'm sorry that it happened here too. Like, he was really genuinely sorry. From what I could tell, I really ain't had time to be crying over it. I was just real pissed. It was late. It was like real early in the morning. I'm like, mind you, I'm only 19. Like, I ain't even supposed to be out this late. Like, I'm like, bro, it's cool. But you know me, I'm a rebel, so I was doing it anyways and sneaking back in. But I was just like damn, like, why me? Why me? And yeah, it was just crazy. I was so upset. Like, on the way home, I didn't even cry on the way home. I was just so livid, like. And then it just took like the next day to like, where I like kind of cried about it. I was just like, fuck. Cause then I had to call like, cause it wasn't until like I had to call like the Federal Trade Commission, the IRS, like the police. Like, I really had to like make hella calls, and all he could do was just be like, you know, I'm sorry. And I'm like, nigga, that ain't helping. But you know, thank you. So me and him, we still talked after that. Like, I think we had stopped talking, not because of that situation, but like shortly after that, we end up stopped talking, and we end up getting back talking again, like later on down the line. And you know, just some on and off type shit, you know, just connecting, reconnecting, da da da. No hard feelings. It was just always, we just got caught up in our lives and kind of drifted apart, but always found our way back. He was definitely, you know, a genuine soul. Like, you know, one thing about them genuine souls, they gonna always come back, okay? They may not be meant to be here all the time in your life, but they gonna come back. He checked up on me as much as he could. You know, he couldn't really do much. Like, girl, why you leave your purse in the car? You could have just brought it inside, and that would have probably, like, you know, that would have gotten avoided probably. But as far as like everything else, I feel like they took a couple bills, because mind you, I was handling business earlier that day. I think they took like a couple bills with my address on it, with my old address, and I was low-key kind of scared because that's the address that my mom lived in. And I was like, and I didn't live in that house no more, so I'm like, damn, I don't want them to go to my mom's house and just start, you know, doing what they like, do what they do. It never happened. I think they just wanted what was in the car, but yeah, they didn't steal much, but they definitely stole my purse. It wasn't really much in the car to steal, like, cause I don't keep shit in my car. But that day I kept my purse in my car, and you know, yeah. So I say this to say, look, if you trying to get cute, be careful, okay? You trying to be cute, trying to go on these little sneaky links, be careful, because I mean, that's not the worst thing that could have happened, but that's definitely one of the worst things that has happened on a sneaky link for me. I had to make like hecka calls to the government jobs and stuff like that, the government branches and all that, so they could understand, like, you know, someone stole my identity. They did like open up credit cards in my name, like they was doing that shit. They was on that shit, okay? I had to call every single bank and cancel the cards and stuff like that, and then call, like I said earlier, Federal Trade Commission. Just so y'all know, a tip for people who don't know, when you lose your social security card, somebody steals it, or you just your identity period, like, you have to do a lot. And the fact that they stole 3 forms of identity, my whole entire identity basically, it was a wrap for me, because I had to go to the DMV. I had to make hella calls, shut down accounts. I had to call every single bureau and freeze my account. Until this day, my accounts my credit is frozen. So every time I need to like do something that involves my credit, I have to call and lift the freeze for like an hour or two, or a day or two, or however long I need it to be. And it's annoying because you do have to like wait on the phone. Then you have to, you know, you have to call all 3 bureaus too. Like, it's not just one hotline. Like, you have to call all 3. And it was just too much. Then I had to then you gotta sit up at the Social Security office, and then I had to go to the health department to get my birth certificate, and they stole my original birth certificate too. Like, I was like, oh my God, like, all bad. I say this, be careful, y'all. Like, a sneaky link is not worth it at all. Like, at all. I know my mistake was dumb. That was dumb on my part. The mistake was dumb. I'm not dumb, but the mistake was a mistake, and then the mistake ended up being dumb because I should never did that. I never did it afterwards. Never will leave my personal car again. Never. I knew not to do that, but did it anyways, because when you're young, you just think loosely. Like, you just think, no, I ain't gonna do that. Like, and somebody fucking did that. So ever since then, I be on my P's and Q's, 10 toes down, okay? But you know, we human, we get caught slipping sometimes. And it just wasn't my night. So yeah, just be careful out here. As far as me and Roger, he's still cool. We cool. Like, we don't talk much. We live in our own lives. We did end up, like I said, getting cool. We stopped talking a little bit after that, and then got back cool, and then, you know, then stopped talking because I felt like, you know, some shake was going down. But that's not the point of this video. There's still no hard feelings with dude. He still be liking my pictures. You know, if he posted some, I'd like his. And that's that on that. I hope this video wasn't too long. This is my first story time, and I'm not really a big storyteller because I take forever. I feel like I gotta tell every single detail. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and share this video. Tell your mamas, your little sisters, your brothers, or whatever, because we gotta get the channel cracking, period. That's the end of this video. Thanks for bringing up old traumas. No, I'm just playing. But seriously, I was like, God damn, like, why me? Why me? But I was just like, why me? Like, damn. But I hope you guys like this video. I can't believe I got caught slipping like that, y'all. Can't believe it, but it happened. It happens to the best of us. Just be careful next time. Is all I can really tell myself. And yeah, so all right, y'all, I'm out. Peace.